welcome to SFRC Connect. I am Dr.M.S.yasmeen Beevi, Head and Assistant Professor of Department of Business Administration, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivakasi. Today we are going to discuss about human resource management, course outcomes. Summarize the concept and various facets of human resource management. Second, estimate the human resource for administrating the human elements by job evaluation, managing performance and human resource audit at competitive advantage in global level. Third, analyze the key issues related to employee engagement regarding HR policies and procedure. Evaluate the compensation performance appraisal of employees and interpret the recent trends in HRM. Fifth one is design the human resource planning for recruitment, selection, placement and training for retaining suitable human capital. Today we are going to see about training need assessment. Introduction. Training refers to the process of acquisition and enhancement of specific knowledge, skills and competencies in individuals for a definite purpose, which ultimately lead to better effectiveness, especially within employees in an organization. It is an organized process of interventions to improve the current knowledge, skill and abilities of an individual or a workforce. It bridges the gap between what the employees has and what the jobs demands. Thus, it leads to better job performance and efficiency. The gap between the current state and the ideal state concerning the expertise, abilities, mindset and behaviors of individuals in a specific context, leading to strategies aimed at removing the gap between them. Analysis and bridging gap of the gaps in training is achieved through effective training need assessment, which serve as a regularity and evaluation mechanism for ensuring successful training for development. Training need assessment. It is the systematic identification of the needs and problems of a specific target group. It basically determines if there is any existing training need and if it does, what are the training methods that can be used to meet the requirements. It is used as a structured procedure aimed at pinpointing the training requirements and establishing goals for various stakeholders. Its purpose is to align training programs with the organizational goals and ensure that resources are allocated efficiently to address the identified training needs. The various tools used in the process highlight the required activities that can lead to better work productivity by the employees or workforce within an organization. Scope of training need assessment. It typically occurs of two levels. First one is individual level. Individual assessment evaluates an employee's job performance and gauges their ability to take on a new or varied task. This involves assessing individual training needs under specific circumstances. When an individual's job performance falls below organizational expectations, when an individual needs to update their skills to keep pace with the technological advancements, during job transactions across locations or roles, when the organization initiates new projects. Second one is group level or organizational level. This level of assessment is conducted for groups or the entire organization in the following situations: when new projects are being planned requiring employees to be prepared accordingly, to enhance employee motivation for overall growth and organizational development, to optimize resource utilization, to bridge training gaps. Identified training needs are then categorized and prioritized based on the severity of the issues that their importance for resolution. Now we are going to discuss about process of training needs assessment. Training need assessment is a process which involves interventions involving the following steps. First step is identification of the training objectives. It involves identification and setting up of the overall goals and objectives of the training program. The specific outcomes that the organization aims to achieve through training is understood properly. Next step is conducting organizational analysis. Organizational analysis is conducted to assess the current state of the organization, including its structure, culture, strategic goals and any existing training programs. It determines the performance within an organization. This step helps to align training needs with the organizational objectives. It involves examining strategic goals, resources and constraints of the organization so as to identify where and when the training is needed. Third step, performing task analysis. It involves analyzing the specific tasks and responsibilities associated with different job roles within the organization. The knowledge, skills and abilities required to effectively perform these tasks effectively are identified. Task analysis helps in understanding the job requirements and identifies the training needs after thoroughly analyzing the job in knowledge and skill. Fourth step, individual analysis. Individual analysis is conducted at the employee level to assess the current competencies and performance of individuals. This step involves performance appraisal, skill assessment and feedback from supervisors or peers to identify gaps between current and desired performance levels. Fifth step, data collection. Data is collected through various methods such as surveys, interviews, focus group, observations and performance reviews. This data collection process involves obtaining insights from employees, supervisor and other stakeholders about perceived training needs. Sixth step, identifying performance gaps. This gap involves comparing the current performance levels of employees against the desired performance standards or job requirements. Any gaps between the existing competencies and the required competencies are identified. Seventh step, prioritizing training needs. The identified training needs are prioritized based on their importance and impact on organizational goals and performance. This step helps in allocating resources efficiently. Eighth step, developing training plan. Based on the identified training needs, a comprehensive training plan is designed that outlines the specific objectives, content, methods, timeline and resource required for each training program. The last step, implementation and evaluation of training. The training programs are executed as per the plan. The effectiveness of training interventions are monitored and evaluated to ensure that they address the identified needs and contribute to improved performance. Conclusion. Training need assessment is a pivotal tool in addressing the loopholes in training process and developmental interventions. Effective training need assessment thus goes a long way in ensuring that the stakeholders involved in training achieve their full potential and bridge the gap in their knowledge, skill and competency levels to align with the desired training objectives. The process of training need assessment further promotes unity, dynamism and efficiency in the developmental interventions taken. Ensuring proper application of this management tool can help in achieving organizational and development goals in the long run. Thank you for visiting